Hey guys, I'm at home taking a lazy day, so I thought I'd take a minute to catch everybody up on what happened and then kind of project for what I'm doing next. So, if you missed it, Saturday night at finals, um, it was really late. It was probably 10 o'clock at night before I went on again, I think. But anyway, they just call you out shortly for the night show, so you don't spend as much time on stage. So you just step out and wave, and they read your bio or whatever. But of the four girls out of my class, I ended up getting second, which I'm happy about, but I also have mixed feelings. I feel like I brought my absolute best. I've never looked or felt better like right before a show, and everything's just been going so smoothly, and everything was in my favor, so I felt great. You know, I have my crew there, so it's sort of a weird feeling to feel like you did everything right, but didn't get the results that you were aiming for. It feels weird for a lot of reasons because you feel like you work your butt off. And second is great, but there were only four girls in my class, so I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of would have liked it to be, if it was a bigger class, I think it would feel better. But only four people. I don't know. Personally, I would have liked there to be more like 10 or 20 girls in the class. But the other thing is, like, I've won before, so I have a taste for first, and nothing else tastes as good. So I, as much as as happy as I am for my placing, I'm a little dissatisfied. So I'm not ungrateful. I'm still appreciative of second, but it's, for me and my personal goals, second wasn't good enough. And what I found out the next day is that the scores from the judges actually had me tied for first. So I can't really explain what broke the tie, except that your bottom two, as far as I understand, your bottom two and your lower two scores get thrown out of the mix. So I think I had 5 judges put me at first place, and the other girl had 4 judges put her at first place. But when you knock out the bottom and lower, the highest and lowest scores, I think that left me with more third places, and she had more second places. So I think that's what broke the tie. She had bigger shoulders. She also had some size on me, and she was leaner up top. So I can see why that was a tough decision, especially for the judges, because they have to make these calls, and they have to say, well, what do we want to represent the sport? And more muscular girl shows more separation or more leanness, then that's I would think what they would choose to be the better athlete. So it was tough, but at least it makes me feel a little bit better that it was tied. That night, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset with myself. Just because I feel like I've just worked my butt off like this whole year. I've worked so hard just to gain what I do have. So for that placing, it just didn't feel right, I guess. So when I left the show, I went back to the hotel room, and I thought maybe I just shouldn't do these next 2 rounds of shows and just take time to grow. And not in a negative way. I was actually excited to be like, oh, maybe I can start eating again and lifting heavy again. But I told myself I wasn't going to make a decision until I'm going to give myself a couple of weeks to think about it. However, I am back on my diet. I'm prepping all my food to get back on my diet. I'm going to hit cardio this week, so I'm not going to change course. I'm not going to go off track until I've finalized my decision. But just in case I change my mind, at least I'll have gone through the actions, planning to do these next shows, and then if I decide not to, I'm still not sure. I need to talk to my coach and kind of run some ideas by him. But there is a show, Junior USA's May 24th in Charleston, that I was hoping to do. I'm qualified to do it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. If I had won my class, and if I had won or even had a shot at overall, I would go into that show with confidence and no questions. As it being tied, I still might do the show. I'm not sure. And then there's one 3 weeks later, Junior Nationals in Chicago, that I'm also qualified for. So it's not a matter of qualifying. That's okay. I've already got that. But as far as confidence and mentality goes, I don't know, because you'd be going up against the top nation, and it's tough. And a lot of the judges imply, they said I need to be bigger, which I agree with. I actually spoke with one of the judges beforehand who I really, really value his advice, and his suggestions were really good, so I think I might consider that what he had told me. But one of the most important things that he said to me, and this was a game changer for me, is that he actually, like, I don't know, I have a hard time talking to this with some judges, but I don't want to take steroids. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to see how far I can take this naturally. And, I said that. I said, I know it's tough because I have to put on size, but I really don't want to go that route. And to hear him say that he thinks that I have the frame and that I have the potential and that I don't have to take drugs to turn pro, that made everything okay. That just, hearing him say that morning or that afternoon or whatever, it was just so, it gives me hope. So my whole feeling about making my decision about these next shows is what's the smartest thing to do. I could go do these shows, spend the money and get the experience, and just see. I don't have to do both shows. I could do one or the other, which I haven't decided which one's a better choice. Or I could just go from here on out. I could just start building and start my off season. And I've done this for 11 years, and I've done it wrong for a long time. I've not taken enough time to build. I've competed too much in 1 year, really messed up my metabolism, and didn't take advantage of time. So I don't want to make that mistake anymore. I'm done with that. So if the judges say I need to be bigger, that's what I'm going to do. So that's the smarter thing to do. So I'm going to throw some ideas off. Talk to my coach and see what he thinks. Talk to some other competitors that have done these shows. But something tells me that I should still attempt to do the shows. I don't know why. But I'm here. I mean, what's another 5 or 8 more weeks of dieting already? I've already been dieting for 4 months now. It's not that much time. I'm not going to make a significant gain in size in 5 to 8 weeks. And I worked really hard on those suits, so I kind of want to wear them again. And then taking advantage of the NPC card. I mean, I've got all these things lined up. I've got the financially, I've got things taken care of. So even though I didn't win my height class, I think I'll probably end up still doing one or both of the shows. It's just a personal thing why I'm even questioning it. But again, like after I talked to the judges, everything was good. I felt good about it, especially because some of them were like, "Oh, we were surprised that you didn't win." That made me feel good. If some of the judges were like, "Why didn't she win?" That was a confidence boost. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I'm going to get back on track with everything. I'll probably still post videos of what's going on regardless from time to time. I just don't know how much, but when I finally make my decision, you guys will know about it. So it'll be going straight into an off season, doing Junior USAs or doing Junior Nationals. So when I figure it out, I'll do another video. But anyway, I'm pretty run down from this entire weekend, so I'm gonna go back and get some sleep. But I can't thank you guys enough for making me feel so good about this. I've got so much support. I've gotten so many messages and texts, and just, you guys are really nice, and you're really, the things that you're saying really hit home with me, and they mean more than I can even express, and that's the big thing, man. When I went for the night show, I could hear the whole room cheering for me, and that was the best feeling. So regardless of the placing, that was the best part out of my entire weekend, was walking on stage and hearing everybody and hearing all my friends and having you guys come up to me, and it was so good. It was so good. So that's the only thing that really, really matters. But again, thank you for everyone who's supported me and who have reached out to me and made me feel good. So thank you.